management of crops. People in the earlier ages, as you know, in 10,000 BC or before that, people used to live like nomads. What do you understand by nomad? Nomad means wanderer. He used to move from place to place for the need of food, and he doesn't used to cultivate any food. He used to eat fruits, he used to hunt animals for food. So earlier man was a nomad. Then later he started cultivating plants. That so started agriculture. So what is the definition of a crop? A group of plants growing together at the same place on a large scale is called crop. So what is the need for production of a crop? So why do we need food and where do we get food from? Plants. Plants, you know plants. Plants can make their own food. But animals and human beings, they cannot make their own food. They depend on others for their plants, for their food. So animals depend for their food on their plants. So next, human beings. Coming to human beings. Human beings also depend for food on plants and animals. So that is why we need food. We need food to survive. We need food for energy. We need food for doing our daily activities. So started crop production. So definition of crop is growing the same group of plants on a large scale. The similar crops growing on a large scale is called crop. So what is how agriculture started? Since the nomad, the man was wandering here and there for the need of food. So one day he thought, why don't we cultivate food? So thereby started crop. He started cultivating food. So what is the meaning of the term agriculture? Agri means field and culture is cultivating. Agri means plants. Cultivation of plants. Agriculture means cultivation of plants. Agriculture. Agri is field and culture is growing. So growing of plants in a field is called agriculture. Then coming to the agricultural practices. You see people in your houses in the garden growing plants. If you have a gardener, you see many activities what he does. Or if you grow some plants in your kitchen garden or in your balcony, you see different activities done by your mother. So these all come under agricultural practices. So in a brief, in India, depending on the season, there are two types of crops, Kharif and Rabi. Kharif and Rabi. Depending on the season on which they are grown, it is of two types, Kharif and Rabi. So Kharif. Kharif crops are grown from June to December. So first sowing of seeds occurs in June and the harvesting of the plants occurs in September. So that is Kharif season. Kharif season is rainy season. The crops grown in rainy season are called Kharif crops and it starts from June and ends in September. The sowing of the seeds occurs in June and the harvesting of the seeds occurs in September. And usually the harvesting takes 4 months of time after a crop is sown. So examples of Kharif or rainy season crops are maize, groundnut, soya bean, cotton and paddy. Do you wonder why paddy is not grown in summer? Because paddy is a crop which takes lots of water. It requires lots of water. That is the reason paddy is grown in rainy season. Next, coming to Rabi. What is Rabi? The crops which are grown from October to March. The crops are sowed in the month of October and harvested in the month of March. These crops are called Rabi season crops. They require comparatively more water than Kharif season crops. So examples are wheat, linseed, gram, pea and mustard. So the crops grown from October to March are called Rabi crops. Examples are wheat, linseed, gram, pea and mustard. So these are grown from October to March. They are sown in October and harvested in March. Other than these, many cereals and vegetables, they are cultivated in summer season. So this is the agricultural practice, how it has started, and depending on the seasons, there are crops grown. So now coming to the next step. What is the basic practices of crop production? What all things are done from a crop, right from the sowing of the seed to harvesting? So there are 7 main steps. Always remember there are main 7 steps in crop production. So they are preparation of the soil. Soil means you don't know mud, sand or anything. Then sowing of the seeds. Then adding manure or fertilizer. Then irrigation. Irrigation is supply of water. Then protection from the weeds. Weeds are unnecessary or poisonous or extra plants. Then comes harvesting. Harvesting is cutting of the crop. Then storage. After cutting of the crop, how do you store the crop? So all these 7 steps constitute the practices in crop production. So from as now you have come to know that what are the 7 steps. Now we will be dealing in detail with these 7 steps of crop production. After this, the last topic will be animal husbandry. So we also depend on animals sometimes for food rather than plants. So animal husbandry constitutes milk, fishes, dairy products like ghee, curd, etc. Okay, come on now let's go in detail for basics, practices in crop production. The first step is preparation of soil. So the first step in agricultural practice is preparation of the soil. So what do you understand? Preparation means making the soil ready for sowing of seeds. So what comes under preparation of soil? The first step is loosening and tilling of the soil. Loosening means making it porous, moving it up and down. Tilling means also moving it up and down, for upper layers to down layers to up. So how the loosening and tilling of soil helps? So as earthworms are beneficial to the soil, earthworms are called friends of the farmer because they are beneficial to the soil. So these earthworms and microbes of the soil, there are many microorganisms in the soil like bacteria, virus or fungus. They are also beneficial to the soil. So loosening and tilling of the soil mixes the earthworms and microbes in the soil to up and down. So how this is done? This is done with the help of ploughing, an instrument called plough. So why is ploughing done? So sometimes when you mix the soil up and down, loosening of the tilling of the soil includes if the soil is dry, it forms crumbs, hard structures of the mud. So you need to make it into a grain size, like the size of the grains. So that is called crumbs, removing crumbs. To remove crumbs of the soil, large pieces of the soil, breaking it into small pieces is called removing crumbs. Removing the large pieces of the soil and making it into small pieces is called crumbs. So loosening and tilling of the soil is also done to remove the crumbs. Then soil needs to be leveled to sow the seeds. So this leveling of the soil is also important. So next, sometimes manure is added while ploughing the soil. Why? So that it makes the soil more nutritious, full of nutrients. So earthworms and microbes get the soil more nutrients, make the soil nutrient rich. So that's why the first step is preparation of the soil. So first thing you have to do is loosening and tilling of the soil, moving the layers of the soil up and down. That helps in incorporating more oxygen into the soil. If you move the layers up and down, there will be a lot of air spaces will be created. Thereby, lot of atmospheric oxygen, nitrogen will go and deposit in the soil. Thereby, it helps the earthworms and microorganisms to breathe, and thereby it provides lots of nutrients to the soil. So while loosening and tilling the soil, sometimes you have to add water. If the soil is too dry, add water while doing ploughing. So if there are a lot of big hard mud structures like called crumbs, to make it into small pieces you have to do ploughing, remove the clumps. Then if the soil is uneven, you have to do the leveling of the soil. Sometimes you can add manure while ploughing the soil. Ploughing means nothing but moving the soil up and down. So what are the methods or what are the agricultural machines used for all these purposes? There are 3 methods: plough, hoe and cultivator. Plough, as you know, the traditional you might have seen when you have gone to your villages or you have visited your grandfather places. Farmers, with the help of 2 bulls, they hold a wooden or iron machine like this. Here 2 bulls are attached. Then farmer also holds this. This is a wooden beam. To this wooden beam a plough is attached. This is called plough. It is made up of iron, and this is called beam. This is made up of wood. So this plough, the main part of the plough is plowshare. When the 2 bulls attached here keep moving, this part of this wooden part or iron part goes into the soil and continuously moves the soil up and down. So this is called plough. Ploughs are usually made up of wood or iron. The traditional ploughs are made up of wood, but people nowadays opt for iron ploughs also. Then coming to hoe. Hoe is nothing but a small stick-like instrument with iron blade over it. So hoe also helps in removal of the weeds while ploughing the soil. Then comes cultivator. Cultivator is nothing but it is a machine which is attached to the tractor. So it is an easy method. It doesn't require much labor or animals, and it is less labor involved. So there are three methods of plowing: plow, hoe and cultivator. Plow is a traditional method. It is used by a farmer. It contains of two bulls attached to a wooden beam, and then a plowshare is attached to it. It is driven with two bulls and a farmer. While plowing, this wooden blade makes the soil tilt, move up and down. This is called plowing. This is the traditional method. And one more method is hoe. Hoe is nothing but a wooden rod attached with an iron blade. So this is also a traditional method. Hoe also helps in removal of the weeds. What are weeds? Weeds are nothing but poisonous plants or extra plants which grow in the field other than the main crop. So next is cultivator. Cultivator is a machinery instrument attached to a tractor. It helps in plowing of the soil or tilling of the soil. So what is the definition of loosening or tilling or plowing? The method of moving the soil up and down to make the soil nutrient rich is called plowing or tilling. Earthworms or microbes present in the soil make the soil nutrient rich. Loosening or the tilling of the soil, moving the layers up and down, is called nothing but plowing or tilling. In the process of plowing or tilling, if you have large pieces of mud, then you have to break them into small size, grain size pieces. So that is also done with the help of plowing. If the soil is too dry, you have to add water before plowing the soil. Then if the soil is uneven, you have to level the soil. It is done with a machine called leveler. For leveling of the soil, there is again a machine called leveler. Sometimes you also add manure to the soil while plowing. What is manure? It is an organic material made of decomposed plants and animals which helps in the soil making it nutrient rich. It helps the farmer. So what are the agricultural methods or implements used in this plowing? Plow, hoe and cultivator. These are the three instruments. Plow and hoe are the traditional instruments. Cultivator is a machinery instrument. Plow is done with the help of two bulls, a farmer and a plowshare is attached to it. This is made up of either wood or iron. When the bulls keep moving, this plowshare makes the soil up and down. Then coming to hoe. Hoe is nothing but a wooden rod attached with the iron plate. In the process of plowing with the help of hoe, it also removes the weeds. And weeds gets again mixed up in the soil, and with the help of microorganisms they decompose and degrade. Then cultivator is nothing but a machine, iron machine made up of iron, and with the help of tractor it is getting cultivated. So this completes preparation of the soil. So the next process will be sowing. Sowing means introducing the seeds into the soil. So we shall move to the next process called sowing. So the next step comes of sowing of the seeds. What do you understand by sowing? Sowing is nothing but introducing the seeds into the soil for the next process of crop production. That means if you sow the seeds, small plants start to develop after the germination of the seeds. So what is how for sowing of the seeds? The first process is how do you select the seeds? Usually farmers select high yielding variety of seeds. What do you understand by yield? Yield is nothing but the amount of crop produced after harvesting. So if there is a large amount of crop production, definitely it is beneficial to the farmer. So generally farmers select high yielding variety of seeds. Then after selecting the seeds, how do they separate the seeds, the good ones and the damaged ones? So for separation of seeds, there is a simple experiment. If you take a glass of water and if you add some seeds like any gram seeds or any fenugreek seeds or anything, as soon as you add a bag of wheat seeds or anything, some seeds immediately sink to the bottom and some seeds float at the top. So the seeds which float at the top are damaged seeds. Maybe they are hollow. So they take water inside and start floating. Those are also called as dead seeds. So farmers dispose of these seeds and use only these seeds. So now you have understood the experiment, right? Take a glass of water or a glass of beaker, add some wheat seeds or any gram seeds to that. As soon as you add the seeds, some seeds settle to the bottom of the glass. Those are the good seeds. The seeds which float at the top are always dead seeds or unuseless seeds. They may be hollow. They are not useful for germination. So you dispose of these seeds and use these seeds. So sowing is the process of introducing seeds into the soil. So the selection of seeds is always farmers select a good yield, high yielding variety of seeds. Then they separate good and damaged seeds. with the help of this experiment. Then coming to the sowing. How sowing is done in the soil. In earlier stage, you have plowed the field, you have loosened the soil, you have made it nutrient rich with the help of water or adding manure, and with the help of earthworms and microbes, the soil has become nutrient rich. Now next, sowing. You have selected the seeds, you have separated the good and the bad seeds. Now tools. How do you sow the seeds into the soil? There are always two types of methods. One is traditional method and one is modern method. So in the traditional method, same way, you remember the plow, right? There will be two bulls and there will be farmer, and the bulls will be pulling the plow. Same way, instead of plow, a funnel shape, a funnel. You know the shape of a funnel, no? It will be like this. Wide at the top and narrow at the bottom. The funnel is always like this. So with the help of the funnel, seeds will be added here, and funnel, the edges will be having sharp blades. So gradually the seeds will be falling into the soil. As the bulls will be moving, with the help of funnel, the farmer will stand here and keep adding seeds so that in the whole place the seeds will fall. That is the traditional method. Traditional method is with funnel. With the help of two bulls, like a plow like thing, the bulls will be pulling. In that, instead of the plow, they put the funnel. So in the funnel, the farmer will be standing and adding seeds slowly. So that this ends will have sharp blades. So that way seeds will be planted here. Next, coming to the modern method. Modern method is seed drill method. It is done with the help of tractor and a machine. Seed drill is made up of iron. It is attached to a tractor. So as the tractor moves, the seed drill disposes the seeds evenly or uniformly into the soil. This method helps a lot to the farmer. This method helps to deposit the seeds evenly, uniformly, and this method additionally also helps to add the soil over the level of seeds. After the seeds are deposited, a layer of soil is added over the seeds. So this helps in preventing the seeds by being eaten by the insects or the birds flying in the sky. Those birds will not be able to see the seeds because a layer of soil will be added to the seeds with the help of seed drill. So there are two methods, traditional and modern. Traditional is with the help of funnel-like thing, and a farmer and a bull does that. It is a time-taking method and requires lot of labor. Whereas a modern method is seed drill method. The iron seed drill is attached to a tractor. With the help of that, seeds will be deposited at uniform distance. And other than that, an additional advantage is a layer of soil will be added over the seeds. So, and there will be uniform distribution of seeds, and there will appropriate distance maintaining is also important. There should be a minimum some amount of distance between seed to seed. So with the help of seed drill method, there will also be appropriate distance between the seeds. So remember this. Then separation of seeds you have understood. So this is all about sowing of the seeds. Now we shall move to the next process. After sowing of the seeds, what do you do so that the seed germinate quickly? You can add manure or fertilizer. So we shall move to the next step. Okay.